Once he was the guardian for the galaxy's most feared enemy.
I can save these people! Help me!
Many have said that. But you are the first I believe could do it!
Come on! Go, there you go, go! Come on!
Then Colonel O'Neill offered him a chance at freedom.
General Hammond, this is Teal'c. He can help us.
You know what he is?
Yes, sir, I do. He's the man who saved our lives. And if you accept my recommendation, sir, he'll join SG1.
Well, my character he's all those heroes throughout history that have bucked the system, that have wanted or have been desirous of making a change and have actively pursued it. When I read the pilot, I was so excited to play this part because Teal'c is a rebel in a society that doesn't give room for rebels. It's very regimented. You follow the orders of these Goa'uls, and for him to take that step and to veer off from the status quo, I just thought that opened up just a world of possibilities.
Now he's been transformed into a vital and entrusted member of SG1. And there's no question, Teal'c has become one of the most fascinating characters ever created for a science fiction television series.
My character is a 97-year-old Jaffa. And I carry, once again, I carry the larval form of the gods. And through my 97 years, I have traveled in between many worlds that we have placed these stargates on. And I've seen many different life forms, many different species of life.
I will take pleasure in killing and devouring you both.
I interject my knowledge of their life and the existences of life that I know about, along with the scientific knowledge of Carter and the historical knowledge of Daniel Jackson, and just kind of the tongue-in-cheek knowledge of O'Neill, and that kind of makes up the whole complete team.
One or more of you may have become host to a Goa'uld during your watch.
All right, anybody with a snake in their head, raise their hand.
Well, a lot of times it can be a burden because I can see where the human race is straying off the course. And I can interject little tidbits here and there.
What technologies do you seek?
You tell me, what's out there?
There is a creature that lives on an unpopulated world. It possesses powers of invisibility.
Oh my God.
Early on in life, Christoper Judge knew that the actor's journey was going to be as unpredictable as Teal'c's. But he had a plan in mind.
Since I was 3, 4 years old, I always knew that I wanted to be in some form of entertainment. And when I was very young, I started seeing more and more athletes acting. And I thought that would be a quicker route to success as an actor, is to make a name for myself as some sort of sports personality, and that'd be an easier segue into acting. And so I attended the University of Oregon on a football scholarship. It was more of a stage for me. Like, I enjoyed the games because that was a forum for me to entertain.
Playing a Jaffa who spends much of his time exploring alien worlds is a far cry from the roles Judge had played before he came to Stargate SG1.
Well, a lot of the roles I've done have been very narrow in scope, in that they are always the disenfranchised cop, or the cop who came from a bad neighborhood and was angry about the way things were going in this particular environment that he was in, and felt helpless to make a change. And that's not only frustrating as a person, it's frustrating as an actor.
Apophis is a false god.
Apophis is my god.
Then who am I, my son?
The traitor, the vile one.
I am your father, and I have much love for you.
My god loves me.
You are flesh and blood as I am, my son. Apophis lied to you.
You lie! You said you would come back, but you never did.
This role, on the other hand, is I can actively make changes in these different worlds that we go to, especially worlds that I have previously been on in another capacity. And I come back to these worlds in a different capacity and can affect the change, and a change in my personal relationships with all these indigenous and sometimes not indigenous life forms.
Hanno's father is not the first nor the last of those whose lives I've taken. And I have done far worse, O'Neill. I cannot give all of their loved ones retribution, but I can at least give it to this one. I am sorry, O'Neill. I will not run.
That's just so exciting, just the many levels that I can play. And what's also challenging is that my character is not used to being able to express his emotions. And so the challenge for me to try to make my emotions felt through not saying a lot of words, but just letting things play across my face and body. And I just think that's such a challenge as an actor.
You challenged the gods themselves and won. Among many on Teal'c, you are as revered as the gods once were.
I think when you use situations on a parallel world that mirrors situations on Earth, then maybe that make people stop and think about the wars we fight and what they're for, and the way we treat people, and what is the result of how we interact with people, and the thoughts that we think of other races or other cultures or other religions.
Many of us have loved ones among the touched. My own father is there, but we accept that we cannot help them. Therefore, they are dead to us.
How can you be so without heart?
Judge will be the first to admit that the producers and writers try to add humor whenever it's appropriate, to offset the dramatic storylines.
You are O'Neill, Teal'c's apprentice.
Yeah. Apprentice.
Also a warrior of great skill and cunning.
Apprentice.
This show has such a great humor in it. Not only the humor that is interspersed just between the differences of our characters, but just seeing some of the rituals and the customs of other worlds that we go to that we think are strange or what have you.
It's just different.
And just the rituals that we have that they think are strange, and just the out and out hilarity in some of the situations and just the way we interact with each other.
Colonel O'Neill?
Lucy, I'm home.
I am not Lucy.
I know that. It was a reference to an old TV. Never mind, open the door.
Since joining SG1, Teal'c has braved one deadly battle after another and volunteered for the most perilous missions.
One small step for Jafar.
Very nice.
But one thing always remains, that mysterious gold emblem seared into his forehead.
This brand is actually worn by the race that I am, known as Jaffa, which signifies the Imperial Guard of the Imperial Serpent Guard, and we are in service to the Goa'ul's, gods, for lack of a better term. And the gold in it signalizes that I am the first prime, which is the leader of all the Serpent Guards. And these are actually branded on us when we are young, and as we go through the different ranks, they are different colors. When I defect, I mean, I can discard all of my armaments and all of my the apparel that I've taken, but once I've decided to leave the Serpent Guard, this is the one aspect of that I am left with and that I will carry for the rest of my life, even though I have broken away from the Serpent Guard.
You're part of this family now. We're not leaving you behind.
If there was a Stargate, I would definitely be the first to sign up for the list of people going through. I just think it's incredibly short-sighted, or if not just naive, to think that we are all alone in this vast universe. And just to go somewhere else and see what else is out there, what a tremendous experience that would be.
I shall return.